YouTube, let's get it. Back with another vid, YouTube. It's your boy Big Gap. And today, we coming with a RC fix video. Small disclaimer, some people may not like to do their things this way, but for this video is more for the newbies and the guys who do have an 8S Kraton and was having the same issues that I was having with it. Okay, the issue was turning. The other day I was in Florida and I bashed my 8S Kraton. Well, I was racing the 8S Kraton and it took a couple of hits and then I did a couple of jumps and my car stopped turning one way. It stopped turning to the left. It stopped turning to the left. So I immediately thought that the servo was fried. Beast Mode RC, shouts out to Beast Mode RC. He gave me a new servo to put in, another stock Spectrum servo, because he changed his servo over to a 1/5 scale servo. So he had an extra one and he gave it to me. So I thought it was broken. I was going in to put it on. So I took this linkage right here off. I took that off. And because I started to, pull the servo out or whatever. But once I pulled this linkage off right here, I tried to turn the wheel by hand freely. It was hard. It would not turn at all. It was squeaking real bad. And it was real, it had a lot of tension to it. Like I couldn't even turn it with one hand. I had to literally use two hands to turn the actual wheel. And like I said, it was squeaking real bad. So I was like, okay, let me try to see if this is the problem. So what I did was I went outside and I squirted it down with water. I got water all up in here. I squirted it down real good with water and I came back in the house and I tried to do it again. It got a little better, but it still was super duper tight. So I started thinking like, okay, maybe it's supposed to be tight like that. That's why they put a bigger servo on there to, make it turn or whatever. So I did further investigations. So what I did was, while the linkage was off, I cut the car on and I tried to turn it again. And all parts was turning fine. I even held on to the linkage real tight to see was the servo stripped, because most of the time when the servo is stripped on one side, if you hold on to the servo horn or whatever that's right here, it'll click, it'll say, and you know that servo is bad. But I was holding it on with a lot of force and it still was turning the car, turning the saver back and forth. So I'm like, man, something else, it gotta be, something is not right. So what I did was, old trusty WD-40. I got some WD-40 and I sprayed it in here, up behind here, as I turned the wheels, and it just kept getting looser and looser and looser. The more I sprayed, the looser it got. So I was like, okay, good, easy fix. So I put the servo horn back on. I put the linkage back on to this part, and now look at it turn. Still slow, but this is the stock servo, but look at it, all the way one way, all the way the other way. Perfect. It turns perfect. And another thing about this car, when I first got the car and you sit it on the ground and you try to turn the wheels turn on the ground. It turn probably about like that. That's the far as it go without throttle. If you turn back the other way, it goes about like that. That's the far as it goes with the throttle. It's still not super fast, but I'm gonna set it down on the ground and I'm gonna show you that it's turning much better on the ground than it did when it was in its stock form. I mean, not stock form, but when I first got it. So it's still slow. Don't have a lot of power, but look now. It's turning all the way. Still has a little squeaking, but look. Sitting on the ground, it's still turning all the way. And when I first got the truck, it would not do that. It would not turn that wheel on the ground at all, period. So in grass, it really didn't turn that much at all. Y'all excuse the war room, man. I've been doing a lot of tinkering out here today. But yeah, man, so WD-40 in here, water is not gonna work. This is just not gonna be, it's not gonna, it's not, it's not enough lubricant in the water. But before you go and invest, I would have been pissed off if I would have invested in a fifth scale servo. I wouldn't have been pissed off because I know that the fifth scale servo would have helped it turn better. But my motto is, a lot of times this car drives good. And when you running out, when you out in the field and you're running the car, it turns excellent. And that's one of the good things about this rig, that it turns excellent. So if you don't want to upgrade, you don't have to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? I would say if you break one and you don't have another one on standby or know somebody with one, then upgrade to the fifth scale servo. But if not, before you go buy anything, make sure you spray that down real good with WD-40. How I did it was, like I said, I took out this linkage, I sprayed the WD-40 in there, and I twisted it as I turned it. I sprayed more in, and I kept twisting it with one hand. Kept twisting and twisting and twisting it till it kept pretty loose. And then I sprayed a good little bit in there, and I just let it sit overnight. Then the next day, I came back, I hooked this linkage up, and this is what I got. This was my outcome. Not super fast, but like I said, very good compared to what it turned out of the box. It didn't even turn this fast and swift and that far out of the box without driving the car forward or in reverse. So that's my quick video, fellas. Hopefully I help some people out. Some people may, some RC gurus may downplay the video and say, oh man, don't do that to your car, don't do that to your car. But one thing I've learned about the RC cars, you have to tinker with it to figure out the best thing for you. The best thing for you is not going to be for everybody else. But me, when I figure things out, I like to share the information with everyone. So this is what I did. Not saying that this is gonna work for you. I think it will work for you, but like I said, some people may say, oh, you don't supposed to do that. But I did it. So I appreciate y'all sticking around watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever you like. You do. And man, it WD-40, baby, did the trick. Let's get it.